I'm ill and profound, they hyperactive and ADD when they playing me. I'm staying street, representing Mozambique.
Yo, what's good? This is Millsthursdays, episode 12, man. We on 12 straight weeks of content. Of course, you're going to get this content with this quarantine issue going on. But before we go on, I just want to say, y'all, please be blessed during this time. And most of all, you know, pay attention to your mind in this time of clarity. And you can use this time as clarity for yourself. You know, y'all agree with me? You know what I'm saying? That's real. All right, man. So we're gonna go in straight to the host, man. So I'm in LA right now, but everyone's on the East Coast. So first of all, I gotta introduce my brother Moses. What's up, man? Tell me about yourself. Like what you want, man?
Hey man, West African, straight out of Ghana. Just saying, what's up from Virginia in the middle of quarantine. Right, Sunday for a quarantine, good time. What's up, everybody?
That's right. All right. Then we got my man Soulogik, aka Brito. That's right.
Repping right here, man. It's probably back with the camera, but here you go, man. Got the Soulogik right here.
That's right. That's right, man. And we
repping Mozambique. Living it up for the quarantine, man.
That's right, man. And then we got my boy K Rick, the actor, coming up as well. You know what I'm saying? And we doing it. You doing it. Tell me about yourself, man.
Yeah, you know, they call me the Jamaican jerk. You know, all you know, everyone knows that obviously, you know, we specialize in jerk as well as being a jerk. So, you know, over here trying to follow Keith being an actor as well. Coming to you live from right outside of New York and Jersey, you know, trying to share my wisdom and my honest truth.
That's right. All right. Let's get into the first question. Let's get right into it. Number one, who is the better MC, Nas or Jay-Z? Who y'all got? Who want to go first? Oh, actually, you know what? The rapper goes first with his rapper shirt. Soulogik, go ahead. Tell him. Soulogik, what do you think?
That's an easy answer for me, man. The God MC, the one and only Nasir Jones, man.
Okay. Is it? Okay.
Gotta be Nas. Like, who made Illmatic? Jay-Z admits that he thought they were all dead in one track, you know? Mm-hmm. On J. Cole's album, he was like, oh, no, Blueprint. He's like, Illmatic dropped, thought we was all dead. So he got shook by that, then you know for sure it's got to be Nas.
Okay. Moses shaking his head.
Hey, you already know I'm a Nas fan all the way. I'm the one who actually likes Stillmatic more than Illmatic, but at the end of the day, if you ask me who's a better lyricist, 100% Nas. If you ask me who's a better artist, 100% Nas. But I'm going to be honest and say, as much as I like Nas, Jay-Z has a lot more versatility than Nas does. I hate to say it, but that's the reality in my eyes.
I'll contest to say that Jay-Z, although he does have some versatility, the MCs that go way beyond Jay-Z in versatility, but still don't meet the categories to be the greatest. There's something about Nas's words, the poeticism and everything. Like, he's on point every single time. And I say that Life is Good is his best album, not even Illmatic, in my opinion.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Everybody's praising Jay right now off of 444, like adult rap. I'm like, well, Life is Good was adult rap way before 444. It's just times when Nas drops, he doesn't have the impact. So Jay will get it automatically because every time he drops, he has impact. Everybody's listening. Nas drops and only the fans and a few stragglers will be listening, but it's not like a moment. It's not an epic moment where everyone's listening and talking about it.
Kevin, how you feel, man? You know, Jersey, New York.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, you know, it always depends on what you say as an MC. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, some people consider MC as the full package. Some people consider lyrics. You know, I mean, like, you know, to me, it's not even a question which one's the best lyricist. You know, my man says stuff like it's mandatory. See that pussy that handed to me. I got no game. It's just some bitches understand my story. But I mean, but at the same time, that's to me what an MC is. The MC is being on the mic. I think is Nas, for real. As far as being an MC, but as far as an artist, back to what Moses said, I 100% disagree with him. I think Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Because being an artist in general is like your song-making ability with your lyrics put together at the same time. And you know, it's got to actually be a good medium. And to me, honestly, as far as having that medium of both the song-making ability and and lyrics is there's only 3 people, and that's Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, and Drake. So
I'm looking at what you're saying for artists, right? And I always said he never puts out enough content, so it's a hard argument for me to make. But I think Nas is one of the most creative artists that people don't give him credit for. Because I look at Book of Rhymes, I look at Rewind, I look at One Mic. I'm looking at tracks like that, and the creativity to come up with like a Book of Rhymes where I'm going through pages, I'm ripping this out, I don't like that one, read the next one, and it all still flows. Or Rewind where you're spitting something all backwards. Like, he just doesn't drop enough content, so people don't look at him as that. But Jay-Z's got so much content that everybody's like, Jay-Z hits on everything.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. That's the most important thing. Like, first of all, being an artist is subjective. Like, you put something up, and it's up to you. What do you see? But the fact that Jay-Z puts out so much art and so much different directions of the art, it's not even a comparable argument in that aspect. But in being an artist, you got to do more than just get your lyrics out, get what you say out. You got to, there's also an art to it. You know what I'm saying? Just like when we had a conversation earlier about, I can be the funniest person in the world, but if I don't put enough content or actually find a right way to route that content, it's irrelevant. So yes, Nas is the better MC, but in all honesty, those people that are Jay-Z fans, they'll be like, so what?
I don't know. Actually, I got something I can give to
the last moment. I'm gonna give you the last moment. Soulogik, go ahead.
I actually give some more. There's another point I give to Jay-Z. It's the live performance. He's got breath control and all of that. Nas doesn't really have a whole lot of breath control, and his stage performance isn't the best. So I take some points away. So as an MC, if you're rocking a party, because I used to be a thing as an MC, I feel like Jay-Z could rock a party better. So that probably points on an MC level. But then again, you can't forget the fact that Nas used to be able to do it. For some reason, I don't know, we got older, so I don't know if we're judging off present or past. But if we're going the whole time, it's still Nas.
So
Let's take a few gems.
You got 20 more seconds, Kevin. Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, based off what he said, MC has to do a lot to keep people's attention. So based off the fact that Jay-Z's got the lyrics and the content in general, and you got to hold your audience attention for that long, I think it's Jay-Z now. No comparison, even based off what you just said.
All right. So
I'd say Jay, but the question didn't ask that. Ask best MC, overall capability.
I gotta hold my audience's attention as an MC. That's a part of the job.
So you're saying Jay-Z, right?
I'm saying Jay-Z, yeah.
Okay. All right, so we got 2 for Nas and 1 for Jace. And the people, let's get the results. 67% said Jay-Z. 33% said Nas.
Nice.
Of course.
All right, so 67. Okay, Rick, how you feeling? It's like you like.
I mean, honestly, it was expected.
Yeah.
I mean, they said it themselves. I mean, that doesn't really matter because honestly, the people that are really real rap heads, they're not going to be as commercial anyway. So I mean, that's really a commercial vote. So I still don't think that really means as much as what people say. To tell you the truth.
Facts. And then taking into account, I know a lot of people that don't even know Nas. I've actually mentioned Nas's name to people, and they're like, "Who's he?" I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
Lonzo posted the same thing the other day. He was like, "Who?"
Next question, though. This next question is, I think they should know these 2. Maybe not. So, the better group, Dipset versus G-Unit. Who want to go first?
Man, I'll kick it off because Kevin gonna talk for 10 minutes about G-Unit. We're not about to listen to that.
Yeah.
Look, G-Unit got 2 legit rappers and one that just pops up out of nowhere and pop right back out, be in the game. I think Lloyd Banks is one of the greatest lyricists we've seen. Again, when you don't drop enough content, that puts you in a bit of a drop, right? But I think 50's impact on music is spoken for itself, and Lloyd Banks' ability as a rapper speaks for itself. Mm-hmm. So that's where I look at the talent level and I kill it there as a group. You go to Dipset, though, I know like Hell Rel didn't really meet his potential, but Joel's will hold his own. Jim Jones' impact on music is what it is. Cameron's impact on music and culture is what it is. I just think that Dipset had more people that could branch out without the group, whereas as a group, G-Unit had a bunch of people that weren't as relevant without each other. So yeah, maybe as a group you might say G-Unit, but are you judging it as like which group as a whole is better or which group had better parts? Because if it's better parts, it's 100% Dipset. I'm not even up for debate on that.
Hey man, hey Moses, you shining right now. Your video, you shining, but literally, yeah. There we go.
Go ahead. I'm gonna close it.
Yeah.
Yo, let me take it from there, because one thing I'm gonna give it to Dipset. No, G Unit. I mean, right? And like again, I'm gonna take it from the MC stance. From an MC stance, G Unit, in my opinion, has better MCs. Yes, you have Cameron, who's a tough competitor for anybody in G Unit. But other than Cameron, yeah, you got Hell Rel, these guys. But I don't think these guys hold a candle to Game and Lloyd Banks. As MCs, you got Lloyd Banks.
You're sleeping on Joel's.
Joel's doesn't make sense, man. The Dipset shit. And I was like, this nigga ain't making sense.
What?
He don't make sense.
Man.
Nah, he don't make sense. You listen to it, and it's like the lines are disjointed and everything. I'm like, the craft isn't quite there. Well, 50 is simple, but still very lyrical. Like tracks like Many Men show you a lot of skill. So you got 50 with that skill. You got the Game with the skill that he demonstrated earlier on, and even until today, 100 bars. Like he just dropped 100 bars like it's nothing by himself. And then you got Lloyd Banks, who has an infinite number of mixtapes, and everybody recognizes Lloyd Banks' wordplay. And he's still on tracks with like the Conways in them today. So like, I feel like they came out with a lot more talent than Dipset overall. And I feel like Dipset had a major impact locally in Virginia. Out here, they hit hard, because I noticed a lot of people biting their style out here, especially in the rap world. But
so
it doesn't take away from the fact that G Unit overall, 50 still has followers. He had guys like, what's his name? Troy Ave, and a bunch of other new guys nowadays still reference 50 as their go-to.
Even Pop Smoke, rest in peace. He looked up to 50, yo. Rest in peace to him. Kevin, what do you?
I just want to say everything Moses said was honestly one of the stupidest shits I've ever heard in my life. This is like I mean, everything he said couldn't have been any further from the truth. First of all, I mean, I was in Vegas. I was in Vegas just on some fun shit, and I don't know how I ran into Lloyd Banks. I don't know. I'm gonna tell him. I told him the same thing I'm gonna tell you guys. I'll even take it further. G Unit could be the best rap group to ever live, ever. And I'm saying it could be. And I'm be honest with you, regardless of what Moses said, 5 niggas, they did not need each other to stand by themselves. At none of them. Lloyd Banks has his own community as far as a freestyler, rapping community. 50 Cent is a diamond artist that does that as well. Young Buck was, at that time, top 3 Southern rappers at that time in 2004. He was a top 3. It was just him, T.I., Ludacris, and Lil Wayne, really. It was just those 4. And honestly, he sold more than Lil Wayne at that time. Game brought the West Coast back. The West Coast was totally irrelevant. And Tony Yayo, I've never seen such a branding off a nigga.
You support this man, cut him off.
I've never seen a branding off somebody going to jail in my entire life. So you got 5 niggas where all of them went platinum, except for Yayo, who went 900,000, which is damn near close. They're pretty much the Avengers. And they all let you in to another place. I know a lot of people that would say I wasn't listening to West Coast rap till Game. Or I remember people listening to Lloyd Banks' freestyles and got into Young Buck because of Lloyd Banks. So they literally had they had the countrywide. Everyone was listening to him for a different style. And Dipset is just, honestly, it was nice. They all had a flow where it was like, get the pizza off the Ritza. I got the sheets. Like,
yeah, saying nothing at all.
They all had the same connected flow. Nobody was doing that. But I'm saying the fact that you got 5 different people all going platinum, and let's not even talk about the clothing line they were able to get from that, the video games they were able to get from that, and on top of that, they they were introduced by Lil Wayne. 50 was, but you didn't think about like getting introduced by Eminem, but you didn't think about Eminem when you heard Young Buck, when you heard Game. They did it themselves.
Wait, honestly, so you're telling me Buck was a better rapper than JR or Rel? Huh? You're telling me Buck was better than JR Ryder or Rel?
But honestly,
No. Yes or no? Was he better than J.R. Ryder or Hell Rell as a rapper?
I like his style. On some real,
I don't care what you like. Was he better? Yes or no?
I think he was. He's a better storyteller. I'm not.
He had better albums.
You flip what I'm asking.
I'm running out of time, but I'm gonna let you know. I had an Alabama dude. I met this dude from Alabama. I said I was a Banks fan. He said he was a Bucks fan, and he broke it down. He's like, "Yo, Bucks says the Buick Regal stay stashed." He said the Desert Eagle stay stashed in a Buick Regal. So he said, "You don't understand. In the country, we get all American cars, we get all American customizations." So when he's talking about the 12K sit behind the speakers, so he broke down the whole Southern mentality on how to view rap and the fact that they had.
I think what you're missing is I think when we get to the top guys in there, except for Brito. Brito's not a fan of Joel's. I'll give you that. But if we get out of the top guys,
this was cool too. But
I'm saying let's get out of the top guys, right?
20 more seconds.
Hell Rell and JR,
that's how you judge a group, right? How you judge a basketball team? What's your bench look like? I think they had a better bench on Dipset than G Unit did.
Them. That's the sad part. Everyone, I bet you I can take a rep. I can take a
40 cal, Hell Rell.
Off the street.
Fellas, it's up. Time's is up. Right. Moses, you said G Unit?
Hey, don't disrespect me like that, man. Dipset.
And Brito and Kevin said what?
G Unit.
Now, let's see what my followers said. So originally I asked this question episode, let me see, when did I ask this? It was one of the previous episodes. It was actually episode 8. It was the freestyle one. Y'all could check that out with 2 Ghanaian brothers of mine. So I wanted to bring this up again because they wanted to talk about these 2 groups again. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And they brought their own heat to it. So my followers said that 43% agree that G Unit is the better group. And 57% say Dipset.
That sounds like a 2-vote difference, even though it's different. I can tell.
Sounds like a VA thing, man, because I didn't know that Dipset had VA on lock.
I mean, in all honesty, I'm not surprised because basically what's going on with G Unit with the shit that Game did and Buck did, I can see people not really like it.
Well, not even that. I give for that vote itself. I think Dipset held together as a group and as a name longer than G Unit did. So like they split so quick in G Unit that you don't look at them at their body of work because people split the Game out of there now. They don't consider them G Unit.
But as a testament, the only reason why they broke up is because their heads got that big because they was that successful. Too many Bobby Browns.
Nah, they broke up because they broke up to the 50. Don't get mad at me because I want to run a track with Nas. I'm a fan.
I'm saying.
Let's get to question 3, fellas. This one, I love it though, but we got to go to the producing side of things. All right. So you guys are the top artists. Get you a little scenario, top artists. And you got access to all the producers with the heat. So if you had a chance, who would produce your track? Who would you want? Dr. Dre or Timbaland? Who would you want to produce your track? Dr. Dre or Timbaland? Kevin, go ahead.
All right. So, yeah, I just talked about G Unit. Obviously, Dr. Dre put them all on. But I'm going to be honest with you. I got to flip it. I got to go to Timbaland. Like Dr. Dre is nice, and you could say like he's very explosive, but if you look at his catalog, besides Eminem, there's a bunch of gangster rappers. There's a certain tone, there's a certain beat. Timbaland has the hard guys that want to rap like Jay-Z. He's still got your Aaliyahs. He's still got your Missy Elliott's. He's still got your Genuines. So for the fact that I don't have to question personally what direction I want to go, and I know Timbaland probably got me at a bigger range, I would personally go with Timbaland off of that alone. Even though I do know Dr. You can't really fail that, but if I said I want a girl on the track, Timbaland got me. If I say I want another dude singing on the track, he got me. If I want to be hard, he got me. And I don't think Dr. Dre has that many things. This is as successful as he had. I don't think it's been on that level of versatility.
Brito, I'm gonna let you finish this because you're gonna give us a different perspective. But I agree with Kevin on it in terms of like when we're talking about the top producers, which we are for these guys. So take my statement in comparison to just the top guys, right? But in terms of the top guys, what puts you on top of the next guy is versatility. And I'm with Kevin on it. I think Dr. Dre lacks versatility compared to Timbaland. Like there's not a single I don't even know that he has, but if you told me Timbaland recorded a country track, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing that I don't feel like he hasn't put his hand in or hasn't attempted, whereas I think Dre has stuck real he stuck very hard to like this hardcore gangster rap. He's pushed away from the West Coast stuff a little more, but it's still like he only wants to work with gangsters and shit like that. Whereas Timbaland doesn't care. He's willing to change what he's doing depending on who he's working with. So I agree with Kevin on that one 100%.
You know, it's funny that you knew I was have a different opinion, and I definitely do.
You got the artist thoughts, so I wanted to hear the artist last.
Yeah, this is Dr. Dre. So the reason I say Dr. Dre, because yeah, Timbaland's got the R&B thing going on, and yes, he can go into that realm way better than Dr. Dre. But when you think about Dr. Dre, don't forget, Dr. Dre's behind Snoop Dogg. He's also behind Kendrick. He's behind Eminem. Look at all these different guys and how he produced them. You got to think about another thing about Dre. Dre doesn't just produce beats. Sometimes he doesn't even make the beats. But he has a way of coaching rappers on how to say things, how to get better at, doing your, like, for instance, if he were to get with me, he would make me rap better. Like, there's little melodies that I could probably do in my voice, and he'll help me discover how to be a better rapper. Like, yo, in that little part right there where you said that, do it like this instead. Not to mention, he also has another advantage, his engineering. Dr. Dre, I keep wanting to say Jay-Z. Dr. Dre is not only just a producer, he's also an engineer. A lot of his beats just sound so powerful and live because he knows how to mix them. So I'm also looking at like, well, the mixes I'm going to get out of this guy in a direction, and then the artist I could become if he's behind me 100%, like he was behind Snoop, and Kendrick. Oh, this is going to be another stratosphere. Who's been as big as those guys in terms of a rapper that Timbaland has produced?
See, you're right on that, but that's why I said I wanted to go to you last, right? Because for a question like that, you got real technical. I'm not looking at it as a technical standpoint. I'm just looking at it as like, hey, who do I think can do the most with the least? And I think Timbaland.
And to me, the question was that Mills said is, who would you want to produce your track? And even without knowing what direction I want to go, knowing that I'm covered, that's it. I didn't say, who I want to get Snoop's track. Who do I want to get what's his name's track? And I'll be honest with you, there's a chance that it's great. A lot of those rappers he adopted, but I know for a fact Timbaland's the reason he started Missy. Really, Aaliyah was on something else until he got Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying? Ludacris, all those songs, he had him. So honestly, I'm not sure how many of those people were really as big as Missy for that long. Missy got huge off of this guy right there. And that's off the black and white community. So
what Brito's saying is a good point from a technical standpoint, because I'm not an artist, so I can't speak to it, but I get what he's saying about essentially it's like, hey, is it the coach that makes the player better, or is it the player? So what Brito is saying is this is a place where you can actually say, hey, whoever the player is, the coach actually helps them. And that's why I'm picking them. Me and you are looking at it as like, if I want a banger and I don't know what type of banger the record label is going to ask, who do I go to? Of course, Timbaland will give me a banger, but if he's recording for me, am I going to get better and be able to make my own banger without him? And he's saying
that's the thing. You're going to get a banging beat from Timbaland, but you don't know if the track overall is going to work out. And that's a good thing.
You got to show up more with Timbaland, whereas Dre will work with you. I get it. That's why I wanted you to kind of give your perspective.
Even better. And that's insane, man. Kendrick, so Brito, you have a point. But I see both y'all's points heavy.
I mean, I'm going with Timbaland personally, right? I respect what Brito says and I get where he's coming from. But if you told me, hey, Moses, get in the studio, where Timbaland at, man? I need a banger, dog.
That's crazy. Yeah, they're both.
And I'll be thinking, when that question comes up, I'm thinking in the club, I'm like, that's Dre right there. I'm like, yeah, I need that.
All right, so now let's see what the audience says. So 52% said Timbaland. 48% said Dr. Dre. So that's a close. I mean, two legends, two great.
Honestly, it could go either way.
Yeah,
damn, man. And I'm always the minority, man. Always with the.
You said what?
Damn, can I get one?
You said what?
I'm always with the minority.
Always in the minority, he says. I'm always in the minority.
All right, so we're gonna switch it up. Sorry about that. You kind of like froze up a little bit, so I got you at the end, Brito. But we're gonna change it up just a little bit. This is our last question for the music portion. So this one has to deal with Jodeci. I mean, well, excuse me, man, I got a call. It has to deal with R&B. So who's the better R&B group, Jodeci or Dru Hill? Who want to start that up, man?
Hey, I'm going to let y'all go. All I'm going to say straight up, though, is Cisco's the most slept-on artist I've heard of in R&B, dog. Y'all be sleeping on Cisco on the low.
So to me, and that's the point, Cisco was the show. Honestly, if I put a gun to 10 people's head, and say, yo, name 3 of the artists in Dru Hill, I'm pretty sure all 10 people will be dead. So let's start. So
guys, I have to cut it. We got actually 2 minutes. Make it quick.
Yeah. So that's to me. And on top of that, what Jodeci stood for. So at that time, Jodeci and R. Kelly, both of them they're all from Chicago. And what they came with is the we'll still fuck you up, but we can sing swag. So they was very respected because they came in with their White Sox hats, all black, and people respected them. Not only did they have the swag, I feel like they got a better singing. Devontae and the rest of them, some of them had good producers and singers. They could branch off, and we know who they are individually. So I got to give it.
I look at it. I go the same way I went with the Dipset one. I look at it as a group. If I said y'all got to branch out, who could hold their own? And as big a fan as I am of Cisco, you're right, Kevin. I would have died if they had a gun to my head, man. So
I can put my answer into a couple of words right here, man. Case, JoJo, Mr. Dalvin, Deontay. I mean, what's his name?
Dalvin, Devontae, yeah. What are you talking
Devontae, yeah. I was saying Deontay shit.
Devontae. They named their child after him. That's how big it is right now.
That's 4 members I know. Dru Hill only got Cisco.
You want so let's analyze it again. Brito, what'd you say? Who's your group?
I said Jodeci, man.
Kevin.
Jodeci.
Moses.
Casey and JoJo.
So you going with Jodeci, huh?
You know it.
And it's crazy.
I wish we had more time to break this one down, but yeah.
Jodeci. You know crazy. The ooh yeah. You know where that came from?
Devontae thing.
It's ooh yeah. It's ooh yeah versus yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
And then okay. So 60% said Jodeci. So they're giving it up. 40%.
Majority, finally.
I mean, tell me what you want from me. You already know these are the times that Jodeci was going to win.
Hey, but Cisco slept on, man. Cisco the man.
Yeah. Yo, Fred, what's good, man? We had to make an appearance.
Hey, you can answer one. Go ahead and run another one.
No, we're running out of time. We got 7 minutes. Go ahead. Next one.
We got 7 minutes. Fred, you can sit down. Fred can sit down. Fred can be a part of it.
Yeah, he's gonna be on this question.
So, this is question number 5. This is one that has nothing to do with music. So, what is the better movie, Coming to America or Friday?
I'm gonna take this one off, man.
Hold up. Fred said Friday. You said what?
I'm gonna take this one off. I actually saw somebody say Americans say Coming to America, Africans say Friday.
That was pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah, I was laughing. I was like, yeah, no, that's not the fact. With Coming to America, man. I grew up on that. You got Eddie Murphy doing like 5 different roles in the movie. So many memorable moments. I got a lot of quotes that I could just give you from that movie. And I just say like it hit home, because obviously I was a diplomat too. So I kind of felt like, yo, that's me. That's my story right there, So I was like, I got it home. Now, Friday, it had some moments, but overall, it never really did it for me.
It didn't hit you. Kevin.
First of all, is this the last question or the second last question?
Hold on. Kevin going last, because I already know how Kevin go on this one. I'm going to say it straight up. I always liked Coming to America. My appreciation of Coming to America went up a lot more because Kevin talks so damn much, man. It's Coming to America, I think people sleep on it, but it's a very, very well-written script. And you watch a movie, you forget how well-written it is. It's a very well-written script, and Kevin pounds that in me all the time, so I already know where he's going. That's why I had to. Go ahead, Kevin. I know you're going to give us a whole soliloquy here.
Honestly, Coming to America is deep. People don't realize Eddie Murphy was 27 years old when it came out, and in all honesty, he's been famous doing Saturday Night Live since he was 18, and he asked himself at 27 when he had all these girls coming and all these people coming, yo, do any of these girls really like me for me? Or do they just like me because they knew I was Eddie Murphy? He said, I just wish once that I could meet a girl who didn't know who I was so I could see if they really love me for me. He wrote that whole movie off of his real story in real life. And the fact that he said, but how would someone really not know who someone is? Oh, they would have probably had to come from a different country. So that's really where the movie came from. So the fact that he really broke a really deep scenario, a really deep-hearted situation for him, and got it to be that true and put those jokes to play those 5 guys, have Arsenio play all those guys, and really have a moral and be funny, that's cool. Friday was all right. It was just like a California person's time getting, just on the porch the entire time, seeing shit happen in his neighborhood. But it wasn't all that. There was no. What was the moral of Friday?
It was just a day. Friday was like New Jersey Drive. It doesn't have to have a moral. It's just saying, hey, this is the shit we go through.
Yeah.
I'm about to get into the numbers, fellas, and we're gonna have the last minutes. I want to talk about the last question, but the followers, 51% said coming to America.
What?
Said Friday.
I would have sworn Friday would have got the hood vote.
Hey, Kevin, just take the win. Just take the win.
Take it. We'll take that one, man.
Seth Rollins, Stone Cold, take the win, all right?
All right, cool.
All right, fellas, we're going to go to the last question. Which superhero you rocking with the most? Batman or Iron Man? Who gonna go? We got 3 minutes left. Let's go. Come on.
I'll go last.
Batman.
I'm going Iron Man, dog. Iron Man is straight up a nigga, dog. He got money and he floss it. He got all the hoes and he keep them out there with him. I mean, and he flashy, dog. Like, Iron Man, the man, he ain't hiding from nobody. He said, hey, this is who I am. What?
Nah, but the Batman has a dual personality. Nobody knows who he is.
No. Yeah, Batman.
Like about it.
Exactly. Iron Man don't hide. He's like, yo, this is who I am. This is where I live. Come see me if you got beef.
But don't take away from Batman, because Batman, he doesn't have no powers. He can't fly and do all that shit that Iron Man can do, but he has real skill, like real fighting.
Look, my issue with Batman is everything about Batman is fake, because it's a bunch of guys with guns. As soon as Batman show up, they put the gun down. They want to fight.
No, they shoot him, but his suit is bulletproof. Don't forget his suit is bulletproof.
I'm gonna say this honestly. Robert Downey Jr. did a lot more for Iron Man than the writers or anybody else did for Iron Man. I mean, be honest, nobody watched the Iron Man cartoon. Iron Man never had no series. Iron Man ain't having nothing. Honestly, the character's trash, but Robert Downey Jr. really, the character before Robert Downey Jr. really helped him out.
He did his thing, though. He did his thing.
Iron Man was dope.
He did his thing. But yo, honestly, the fact that people don't even know who the next Batman will be and be like, I'm watching it, that says it all. Because we know this guy.
So much with Batman, like he can make him a detective, they can make him a fighter, they can make him a superhero. They can do Batman because he's more than just some.
Yeah. What did the people say?
People said 51% said Batman, 49% said Iron Man.
All right. Hey, me and Kevin got a quick one. I hope you put this up next week. I gotta bring it for a quick question. Who has had more impact on current culture now in America? Africans or Jamaicans? I said Africans. He said Jamaicans.
Well, I'll see if the people know.
I want a big debate. I want a big debate on that. Like basically,
you can't do it. You can't do it.
From the music to dancing to
gotta go.
Hear it all.
Guys, we gotta go. Brito.
I know. I had to tee one up for next week. I gotta see.
More music. Kevin, the actor, and Moses, the book. And for the music, search Soulogik on all musicals platforms. Go search it. K-Rig is gonna come up. You're gonna see it. Moses with the book. Whatever he's got going, we're gonna pray for everyone to succeed. You know, be healthy during this time, and blessings to y'all. Oh yeah, y'all gotta subscribe if you haven't. So that's Moses and K-Rook, and anybody else watching, just help out your boy. Subscribe to Millsthursdays. Let's get it. Episode 12.
But I ain't lost yet. This nonsense is changing me. But I ain't lost yet. Morality for public affection. Like celebrities, I've been down the road of depression, and it's affecting me. This nonsense is changing me. But I ain't lost yet. This nonsense is changing me. But I ain't lost yet. I almost lost it. Dark days.